Hello, I'm James Izimoha. Welcome to Africa News. Let's see your headlines. Madagascar's interim president visits power stations as protesters demand results. University of Johannesburg launches Africa's first rescue simulation center in South Africa. South Sudanese refugees urge warring leaders to unite as they dream of returning home. Violence in South Sudan has forced hundreds of thousands to leave their homes this year. Many have sought refuge in Uganda, but for those displaced, the struggle goes beyond crossing borders. It's the daily reality of lost homes, families, and hope.
Michael Jok came to Uganda as a child. He's now a grown man. He's finished his studies and works in Kampala. But while he's managed to build life here, his family remains separated, with his parents still living in Juba.
Everywhere you go, home is the best, okay? So I would one time also love to go back and also establish things I've seen in a country like Uganda.
Ojok's story mirrors that of thousands of South Sudanese scattered across Uganda. People who once hoped peace had finally returned, only to see violence erupt again between forces loyal to President Salva Kiir and his rival, Riek Machar.
When the leaders unite, the rest is easy. The only thing I see, I can say, we the youth, the people of my category right now, we are united compared to our parents, okay? And that's the truth. I would never fear to say that. We are united because now, when you find people fighting now, we normally, whenever we are playing football, we have from different communities of South Sudan. You'll find Equatorian, a Nuer, a Dinka, you get. But whenever we are gathered, we are in one place, we never think of who we are. We just think we are South Sudanese.
The renewed power struggle has reignited fears of another civil war. Uganda, Africa's largest refugee host country, is now home to nearly 2 million refugees. More than half of them are from South Sudan. Analysts warn that without lasting political settlement, the cycle of violence will keep displacing families like Ojok's and piling more pressure on Uganda's already stretched resources.
Just days after taking office, Madagascar's interim president has wasted no time in addressing the country's energy crisis by visiting the nation's largest power station. This follows protests that led to the ousting of Andre Rajoelina. Meanwhile, residents say they want action and, more importantly, results.
Barely a day after taking the oath of office, Madagascar's interim president went directly to the source of the country's most pressing issue, the crippling energy shortages. His destination was the Jirama Amwe Manambola power station, the country's largest, which has lately become a symbol of the infrastructure challenges plaguing the country.
The people of Madagascar are tired of the darkness. They are tired of the uncertainty. Let me be clear, we are not just managing the problem, we are working to end it. We are assessing every detail to find a permanent solution. And that work starts on the ground. That is why I decided to come to this power station myself, to see the truth, to understand the challenges, and to make sure we get this fixed for good.
The youthful protesters, popularly referred to as Gen Zs here in Madagascar, are saying their support to the new interim administration is conditional on action.
We have been scrolling through our lives in the dark for too long. That's why this new president needs to address our problems. Please, Mr. President, don't let our potential and our phone batteries die in the dark.
So I'm not getting excited on speeches anymore. I am waiting for the proof. Let them prove themselves. Show me the megawatts, not just the memes. Until then, we are all just waiting in the dark, charging our power banks and our patience.
Beyond the immediate technical fixes, the president pledged to repair existing power plants to reduce load shedding. The president is also pushing for accelerated investment in new power generation, including solar and hydro projects, which he hopes will finally break the cycle of energy shortages in the country.
South Africa is taking the emergency training to a new level as the University of Johannesburg launches Africa's first advanced rescue simulation center. Officials say the facility aims to better prepare professionals for disasters and complex emergencies.
The Rescue Simulation Center is being touted as a leap forward in how rescue professionals are trained to respond to the increasingly complex demands of modern disasters. Purpose-built for realism and safety, the 4-story, 3,000 square meter facility includes, among others, a 5-meter deep survival pool for aquatic and helicopter underwater training.
Other students, the doctors and nurses, they can go into the hospital and they can practice with patients in a controlled environment. But rescues don't happen, thankfully, every single day. So it's not every day that a building will collapse or something. So to prepare rescuers, we need to create a simulation that is very realistic, but in a controlled way that's safe. And then they can go through those procedures that they do, and they become competent and they become trained. Also, if there's a problem during the simulation, we can stop, we can make corrections, which you wouldn't be able to do in a real disaster. So that's the idea of the center. It's to simulate in a very high-fidelity way different types of rescue.
The university says this is more than just a mere university project, that it stands as a national and continental asset.
That's the big advantage. I do believe that this center is not a UJ asset. It's a regional, continental asset. And we're very excited to share what we do here and to bring people in from all over, because its primary purpose is, yes, to serve our students that we train here, but we have allocated days where other role players can come. I mean, people training in here are not just our students. We've got the police coming, we've got the Defence Force, we've got rescue organisations, search and rescue, volunteer organisations. So the centre is really just honestly a regional asset.
The centre has also been designed to cater for teaching, learning, assessment and research of a multitude of specialised rescue disciplines.
In Ghana, new technology is giving a fresh face to health education. A US-based hologram studio is teaming up with local advocates to reach women where screening access is limited, using 3D visuals to promote early detection and awareness.
Boston-based hologram studio Gemini is testing the use of hologram displays to deliver breast self-exam and cancer awareness content to women across Ghana. Surgeon Dr. Beatrice Wiafia-Day and her nonprofit Breast Care International are partnering with them.
I just fell in love with the hologram. When I saw that, I said, okay, this is what I need. And it's going to help us to change the narrative about cancers in our parts of the world.
The holograms were shown during Breast Care Awareness Month in communities for the first time in October 2025. If a formal pilot is approved, the group aims to circulate about 50 portable units that show Wiafia-Day's recorded content or live interactive talks and demonstrations. Joanne Stanway is the CEO of Gemini.
And so that's the basis of our pilot program, bringing content that she's created that talks about early intervention, about breast self-exam instruction, myths and misperceptions, and of course the main goal is to reduce that very high mortality rate from late-stage cancer.
Breast cancer is Ghana's most commonly diagnosed cancer in women and a leading cause of cancer death. Studies consistently report late presentation. Around 60% of breast cancer patients are diagnosed at stage 3 or 4, which worsens outcomes. Only about 18% of women aged 15 to 49 reported any prior breast cancer screening in a 2022 survey. Gemini's hologram push aligns with a growing effort to test low-infrastructure tools for cancer education, where mammography access is limited and myths still persist.
Because the more people we educate, the higher the chances of reducing the stigma and the fear and the the higher the chances of us empowering them to go to the hospital when they find something.
Boxing legend Mike Tyson visited Kinshasa to honor one of the sport's most iconic moments. He joined celebrations marking the 50th anniversary of the Rumble in the Jungle, the historic fight between Muhammad Ali and George Foreman. Take a look.
Former heavyweight champion Mike Tyson visited Kinshasa, Democratic Republic of Congo, to take part in month-long events commemorating the 50th anniversary of Ali versus Foreman. The celebrations aim to honor the legacy of the fight, one of boxing's defining moments, and inspire a new generation of fans. Tyson says he is honored to be in the same room where legends of the sport stayed in during the iconic boxing match.
You know, I understood what he said. Number one is the historical stadium, and I would love to be a part of it. It's from a historical point of view. I would love to be in the same ring that Ali and Foreman was in. Yeah, I would like to be. Well, the fact that it's called the Ali Foreman Stadium, it speaks for itself. It was a wonderful night. Ali was successful and lasting in the memories forever. I was 9 years old when that happened, and I remember when that fight took place. I remember the excitement of it.
The 50th anniversary celebrations, organized by Devo International with support from the Congolese government and the US Embassy, will continue until October 30th, culminating in the official renaming of the stadium. Tyson's visit highlights the enduring impact of the legendary fight and its place in boxing history.
But that's all we have today in Africa News. Thank you for watching and stay tuned to A News.